ARK Survival Ascended is delayed as expected, ladies and gents, boys and girls. But what exactly does it entail? Let's read the crunch and find out. Dropped last night, the devs said after much deliberation, they've decided to delay the launch of ARK Survival Ascended to later this year and ship the title on Xbox Series XS, PS5 and PC in October 2023. Not quite the December I anticipated, but you know, there's still time for more delays. We'll have to see. But why exactly is it delayed? Well, they found it challenging working with UE 5.2. Good to hear that they're working on Unreal Engine 5.2 and not 5.0. But at the same time, it is incredibly exciting. They're discovering new ways each day to push the technology to the next level, combined with the work needed to support a fully cross-platform moddable game ecosystem on consoles and PC, otherwise a sustainable network where players can play on any platform at any time, and it's clear that we'll need a bit more time. We've also decided to separate the release date of The Island and Scorched Earth. With what we're learned about remastering The Island from the ground up, it wouldn't be feasible to complete Scorched Earth to a standard we're happy with. So we're just getting The Island on launch. No SOTIF being mentioned, though, I can see here. I wonder if it's still going to be included. So for now, we're going to plan that Scorched Earth will be coming to ASA in December. I guarantee that we'll see that later, and we'll see The Island in December, but we'll see. And Ragnarok and Aberration will follow in Q1 2024. Again, there we go, and it's confirmed now. Ragnarok will be the first free DLC to come to ARK Survival Ascended, not Center. Very interesting to read that indeed. Aberration comes when it comes, and the rest of the maps beyond then. With that, a new price launching in early access at $44.99 with a launch discount bringing it to $39.99. Really, really interesting that they've used the words early access here. And does that mean that it's going to be early access up until the point of completion? We have initially planned to ship with more content on day one, but that won't be happening, so we're adjusting the launch price accordingly. We know you really want to get your hands on ASA, and we appreciate that support and enthusiasm. So it's in early access till when? Is it in early access throughout? I guess we'll keep on reading and find out. We know there's still a fair bit of time between now and launch, so hang in there. It'll be worth the wait. In the meantime, here are some answers to questions. Questions with answers. Good to see. When will we see gameplay? We know you're excited, curious, and skeptical. We understand. Our plan is to show gameplay close to the launch of ASA, as that'll be when it's completely ready. So my guess would be probably during Extra Life, which would be the end of October. I'm betting it's still going to be delayed, and we'll get to see gameplay at Extra Life. We'll see. Well, that's my bets. And is there going to be a change to the date with the official network? Yeah, right. So they are going to extend it and shut it down at the end of September the 30th, given the slight delay in the launch of the game. Still surprising that it seems they're shutting it down before they're launching the servers for ARK Survival Ascended, giving us essentially a gap where nobody can play on any of the official servers. Unofficial servers, you'll still be able to play as and when you choose to. But that also means if we're just getting the island, then we're just getting servers for the island. Seems a bit odd when you consider how many servers are covering a multitude of maps across a multitude of different styles of play on ARK Survival Evolved, and they're going to pull all of those from official to just accommodate the island. When will we be able to access our save files in order to essentially take those official server saves to use as and when you wish? And they're just currently working with their partners to figure that out. And they're going to try and give us multiple saves at different times so you can choose which is most relevant to you. With Scorched Earth being delayed, will there be server transfers? We won't be supporting server transfers at the launch of ARK Survival Ascended. This feature will become enabled when Scorched Earth releases. Now that's really interesting. We are replicating, or the devs seem to be trying to replicate, what the ARK or ARK Survival Evolved was like when it first came out, because there were no server transfers initially, and then they were indeed launched when Scorched Earth became available. It does seem that, plus the engrams, they are trying to reenact, relive those times of old. Is that why they're doing it, or they're just playing it safe, playing their cards close to their chest to make sure there's no crazy bugs so they can isolate map per map? And you know what? I'm down for that. I think a no transfer style of play initially, why not? Why not? It's a certain type of gameplay you can't get anymore. I guess embrace it, enjoy it for the short time that we'll get it. How long should we expect the title to be in early access? It will leave early access in late 2024 once all content has finished its next generation remastering. So that means once every single map has dropped, that's when it leaves early access. Such a really interesting decision to go to early access and remain in early access for a remaster of a title, and for it then to stay in that until all maps are out. Not even the original ARK did that. Additionally, as I saw Syntac mention on Twitter, does this mean the new story map that we're going to get, which was meant to be getting this year, but I'm going to guess will be delayed till next year, is that going to be part of early access? Because as we know, when Scorched Earth was dropped in early access, then as a paid map, that was met to a not exactly resounding response. Additionally, are all maps going to be paid for if ARK is going to be in early access as these maps drop? Feel that it's definitely going to be touching some nerves if that's the case. And it certainly reads to be the case, as they haven't mentioned any variation on price, apart from the launch price. But I'm guessing that they're still going to charge for these extra maps. Are there going to be any changes to the release order of certain content? Well, we know Ragnarok is going to be the first free map, but the story maps will be released in the same order, and will make some adjustments with some of the non-canon maps and release them sooner, but that honestly depends more on our pipeline. So yeah, I'm guessing Center is still being pushed back to the end for some reason, hopefully because it needs just a bigger overhaul. And when will we be seeing more ASA concepts like the one we just got of the lovely looking pitchfork bow? Pitchfork, there's no such thing as a pitchfork, pickaxe and a hatchet, a bow, club, arrows, with a certainly can't be met to a good resounding response video post that's been put out today. This isn't the greatest compensation, if I'm being honest. They certainly look upscaled, but I don't think they don't redeem a delay news. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. And yeah, more creature votes coming. There we go, Gigantoraptor. They're working on as they speak, and no mention of aberration votes. So assuming we're going to see that soon. There we go. Another further look at the primitive weapon comparison. It just doesn't feel like enough to kind of try and sweeten people whilst we wait for this delay news, with a bit of maintenance on top. The Switch news with Genesis Part 1. So yeah, Gen 1's out with a Switch Summer Bash event. No Summer Bash for anybody else but Switch players. You get something. You get a bit of summer event in your life. Nothing for any other platforms or Switch sale on top. But, a bit of Evo event for everybody else until Wednesday, July the 5th, none of the Summer Bash stuff. And a shout out to Cap. That's lovely to see. It's not great news. It's not great news. There doesn't seem to be anything really promising to pick from this. A smaller price, but that's because they deemed it as early access. But is the early access price going to have every single map? Definitely not. There's no way they'll be doing it. So they'll be charging for the other maps whilst it's in early access of a remaster. Oh, that's a really difficult one to get around. And yeah, I mean, I think playing maps isolated with no network, pretty cool thing to enjoy. You won't be able to enjoy that at any other point in time apart from this. So I guess that's something to be excited about. If you might be, I don't think PvPers will. I think a lot of PvPers will see this as kind of restricting what they can do. But I think it offers a different type of PvP. So why not, right? Why not? I guess it's something, enjoy it. It's difficult to honestly get excited about any of this. It's a shame. It's a delay. It's an expected delay. I'm expecting a further delay until the end of the year, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, and that's it. Sorry for this format of video, as it might look obvious. I am on holiday, so I just wanted to get something out and react to the news as soon as I could for you. And we'll be back to a regular schedule next week. But hopefully we get some better news next week. Until the next one. My name is Ras Clark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace out.